Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Oh my God, we're back! We've been back for 3 weeks, but now it feels like we're actually back. We just watched the premiere episode of Game of Thrones, the final season. I am here with my amazing partner, James L. Mattern. Let's clap it up for James.
I have to clap too.
Yes, we both have to clap to make the illusion of an audience.
And the great Marissa Rives is here.
Yes, thank you.
The Marissa that was promised.
The Marissa that was promised. I am here. I am in my Hound Arya shirt. And we got a Hound Arya reunion today.
Yes, amongst many others.
Yeah. I think the title of this episode was Winter is Here, which is funny because it didn't look that cold. Oh, yeah, we need the clock to run.
It looked,
James miming.
It looked somewhat chilly.
No, Danny and John are banging in the snow. It's not that cold.
Well, yeah.
It's not that cold, James.
I don't know if I have to. Should I wait for this? Yo,
No,
we all noticed how they were dressed. Especially our girl, the Khaleesi.
Yes.
You gotta love how she just showed up to Winterfell in a Yas Queen jacket.
Yeah.
Like that thing was just, what up, man?
She is the queen. She's now has her man.
She's a Yas Queen, baby.
Yeah, she showed up at Winterfell. You know she's gonna want to show up that way. But a lot happened tonight. We could name this episode the reunion episode, whatever you want to call it. But I think we will both agree, and we'll see. I don't know how you feel about this episode. James would not talk to me before we started taping. He wanted to save it all for the air, but I was noting that I only have 4 pages of notes, which is like a really rare thing for me because
And I only got 1 page.
he has 1 page.
Can this register?
Hold it towards me,
Okay.
and then the camera can see it. Hold it
is it?
here. It just says yo, everybody.
Yeah, man.
It just
That's
says
my
yo.
big note.
And there's a face and an exclamation point. But I only have 4 pages
Because I'm a weirdo.
they're all in the same location for the most part. Like I used to
Central.
have to go by character. Everyone was all over the place. Yeah, now I'm just making lines to separate scenes because that's what it is. But okay, let's get into this. We got to start with one thing and one thing only. Jon Snow finally finds out he is Rhaegar Targaryen's son. Aegon Targaryen is his name. Lyanna Stark. And, he gets to be a Stark still.
He's got Stark blood.
Got Stark blood. It's I thought it was pretty perfect. How did you feel about the scene off the bat? I don't even know what to say. It feels weird that this just happened because it's going to be a big part of this final 6 episodes, so I'm happy it happened now.
Well, I found it interesting. Sam finding out that his dad and the brother he actually likes getting filleted led him to really do it. I have a feeling if he didn't just find that out, there's a chance he wouldn't have done it. And the way he presented it was in such a unique way because of that. It was like, look, you were merciful. You should have known this. You would have tried to find a way to get them on our side because you're an actual king. You act like a king. You do what's better for the society, and also you were meant to do this. It's actually in your blood, and it all comes from that. It's pretty crazy. I think he would have gave it Danny a mulligan though.
Why?
On just the dad.
Just the dad?
I think he was just like, okay, well, at least my brother. Well, whoopsie about something else happened on the way.
I think so too. And I don't know. I mean, I wasn't that upset that Danny burned them alive.
You did not, yes.
No, I wasn't that upset because honestly, bend the knee. You're beat. Bend the knee. You don't want to do it, and then his kid wants to do it with him. That was honorable for them. That's how they chose to go out.
Jail.
What is she supposed to do?
Dragon jail.
She's trying to convince all these people that she is the Khaleesi. No, not the Khaleesi. She's the queen of Westeros.
But she's also trying to convince all these people from a land that she's been in. She's had, 8 days of breath in Westeros, and trying to convince them that she's not her batshit nuts dad who burned everyone. That's all anyone knows of him. Well, what quotes are there of her dad? No. Hey, how are you, young man? No, it's burn them all. That's all anyone knows of this son of a bitch. And now she's burning people's asses. Guess what? No.
Okay.
That's apple from the tree, yo.
Fair, but then you could just say, okay, well, Jon Snow is Rhaegar Targaryen's son, and people thought he raped Lyanna. People thought that he ran away with her, that he was a crazy monster as well. So it's not like Rhaegar had this great PR firm behind him, making it seem like he was not crazy.
He's got a new PR firm.
Father.
It's called Sam and the Three-Eyed Raven, LTD. That's that new business, man. That's how they gonna spin it.
But I mean, overall, I would say that's the only thing that happened in this episode. John did. He drove.
Nothing else happened.
I mean, other stuff happened, and it had to have happened now. It's episode 1, and there's only 6. So I don't care if these are 2-hour long episodes. This shit is coming to an end very quickly.
Yeah.
And the reunions were necessary, but overall, John finding out that he was Aegon Targaryen
Had to happen.
And I think the reunions were awesome, and we'll go through all of the reunions. There were some I loved more than others, but
You don't say.
You don't say. What is your sense right now after episode 1? What is going to transpire between Dany and John throughout this season? Because it's introduced early because it's a big part of the story.
Well, they're smitten.
They are smitten.
I mean, they rode dragons just so they could be somewhere and not be seen, so they could throw it down a little. And then when how creepy is it? Is it necessary for the dragon to be eyeballing it?
I mean, not really.
That's so weird to me. Why do they show that?
Because cats do that. My cat has done that.
I mean,
dogs do that.
Yeah, but we don't need with dragons.
I mean, they're her
your
pets.
cat can't eat you while you're copiating.
Your dog can.
Your dog's gonna just swallow you whole while you're throwing it down.
Not swallow you whole.
How big is y'all's dog, man?
But the dog could do some damage.
Could do damage.
What if they bite you right on the
They bite you
throat?
there.
Yeah.
Hey, cats can't too. Do you realize how many times with an ex-girlfriend I had a cat jump on my junk? Just trying to have a good... It's bad enough I got to take like a Benadryl and a Claritin. That's sexy. Oh, yeah, you're so hot. Hold on, let me pop this so my eyes don't water like I walked into a napalm field in Vietnam. And then you're naked and you're excited and then bloop, and then Sir Pounce jumps on you. Right on your twigs.
Man.
That's fun.
I didn't know you were so related to this topic. Now I'm so glad it was brought up.
I've had huge issues with girls having cats.
Cats are the best.
I've had dogs at the feet. It's too much. You can't get up in the middle of the night. I pee 16 times. The big log, and then the girl's like, "Yeah, just shove them." It's not my dog. I can't do that.
Dogs
and you
are
shouldn't
too
either.
big. Dogs are too
that
big.
Makes me a PETA member.
Cats, if you kind of ruffle them around, they just get up and leave anyway.
They get the point.
They can't be bothered. But okay.
But I'll have my anger towards dragons because they don't exist.
Well,
and PETA can't protest, so fuck them watching.
Let's talk about the dragons for a second. We did also see in this episode Jon Snow ride a dragon for the first time for that should have been the bonus features. That's the extended version. Yeah. Cut that shit down. Why was that so long? I mean, it took away, it almost felt like the never-ending story or something. It felt very cheesy, and I love the never-ending story. But it felt very where's that music? Just soaring through the air.
It felt like the pod races in Phantom Menace, and I can't do that.
I don't
Damn
know.
it.
I
mean,
don't
how
know.
do you have a fantasy podcast and you've never seen the greatest sci-fi fantasy trilogy ever?
I don't know, James. Don't judge me.
I thought we were
impressed by each other.
I'm so impressed by it.
I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
It's hilarious.
I've kept away from most spoilers. Don't. I know the one you can't not know, obviously.
Well, hold on. We'll get back to the... You don't know many You've stayed away. What are you, 29?
Yeah.
29. And you for 29 years.
Yeah.
Movies that came out starting in 77.
Yep.
You've avoided all but the one big reveal.
Yeah. I feel like that's true. I feel like that's true.
Could I feed you bullshit and you maybe believe it? Next week, in the middle of the episode, can I just give you 4 Star Wars facts and only one of them is going to be true and see if you can guess it?
Yeah. You know what we could do? This podcast will end eventually, but we could do some bonus content and stuff. We'll talk about this with our producers, but I could watch them and we could do an episode on each of them. My first experience and your learned experience all in one. Look at that. I'm just creating new shows. Great. Say it ain't no Star Wars edition.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So the dragon stuff was weird. I find, at the end of last season, I came on the show and I said, I'm in. I'm in on the Dany Jon Snow love story. But I'm not in on the story. No.
How come?
I've been saying this for many years. I've never wanted the love story to become a plot line within all this chaos. And I know it needs to be, but if it doesn't go the way of someone totally destroying the other person, I don't know if I like it.
Well, it's going to be part of the chaos. That's what it is.
Hopefully.
Because the big question out of this episode really is she too far gone with her sights on the top? And that's been my issue with her that I've been very vocal about, and I think several people have. Is she really the great leader? We really thought she was going to be. Freeing people, right? She's freeing the slaves. But did she free the slaves because she really wanted freedom or because she needed an army? That's a question that people brought up, and it's fair.
I don't think that's that fair.
I think it's fair enough.
I think they would rather fight and die for her because they get to live like human beings than be slaves. And a lot of the other slaves aren't necessarily fighting, even though they did train all the children.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But look, Dany had other circumstances. She didn't have the privilege of living in Westeros. She had to be a foreigner in a land. She got sold off to Dothraki. I mean, let's not forget what Dany's journey has been. So I think a lot of people are going to say, like, well, will she... They alluded to this. Will she accept that Jon is actually the heir to the throne? And will she be able to step back as Jon stepped back to her? One, I don't think their stories are equal. I don't think I think it's just false. What's that term? I can't think of it. False equivalency between the two. I mean, Dany lost her whole family and had to be on the run. You know, like she's earned this. She's earned this crown, and she's still learning. But Jon Snow, she's probably not going to just bow to him. And I don't think. I mean, we didn't see that happen with the Baratheon boys. They fought it out too.
That's interesting. So you think that she's more deserving? Do you think Jon hasn't gone through enough?
It's not that Jon hasn't gone through enough. You don't think
him dying and coming back from the grave?
Oh, that's so difficult. I would have taken that.
So difficult.
I would have taken that
dead.
route. I would have taken that route than having to deal with most of what Dany has dealt with.
You'd rather die.
Which was the Doth Caleen or whatever.
Than die.
He didn't die.
He died. His heart was not pumping.
Who cares?
When one cannot move or pump blood or brain, one is considered dead. He came back from the dead. He's got scars all over the place.
What's he fucking do?
Are you kidding me?
I mean, when you die, you're not really conscious of what's going on. Well, it really sucked for like, how many days was it? How many days?
Well, when you come back.
A few days?
Boy, I wish this was 1 week later and we're doing this on Easter. This would be even better. If this episode was happening on Easter, this would be fitting, this argument.
It's true. The Christians really do think that that's a big deal too.
I'm
losing the religious audience. They're like, how could you not think resurrection?
Can you imagine, Marissa, if I saw you in a week and you're like, man, I got so much energy. I slept the whole week. It was awesome. I needed it. And I was like, no, man, you were not sleeping. You were dead for 6 days and we revived you. Wouldn't that change your whole perspective of your little slumber?
Listen, it's not about Jon Snow. It is, but it isn't. My point about Dany is that I don't know how she's going to take it. She's definitely not going to take it like, okay, Jon, all of this that I've done to become the queen of Westeros, all the things that have had to happen to get me to this point from, being a child sold to the Khal Drogo.
But that's where it is.
I understand that. So I just think that Dany gets a way worse rap. Okay, she burned a couple of people. All right, Cersei is so much worse, and she's already the queen of Westeros.
Well, no, yes. I mean, if you're comparing them, sure. But here's what it is that we thought Dany was going to be that different queen. And all it has become now, up to this point, right now, she could change, is I want that crown. It's not about the people anymore. It's about I have done what you have been saying is of what she's been through. She knows that, and she has been through it. Now it's the entitlement. Because I've done it, I need this. I've been through too much already not to be.
Sure.
But there's a whole civilization that needs to be protected. You're a protector of the realm. And right now, I don't think she's the better protector of the realm because she cares too much.
Well, let's not forget that Varys early on in this episode stood there and said, the two of them leading together, which has happened in the history of Westeros, right? Yeah. I think it was a brother and sister Targaryen, and then that was the dance with dragons.
Oh yeah,
the two
Civil War.
Targaryens against each other. So
what Targaryens was it? Was it my boy Tito Targaryen and his sister Annalise Targaryen?
I don't know. Maybe we can look that up, guys. That would be awesome.
Brian, if it was Tito Targaryen, I'm dope, baby.
I feel like you should know this, Brian, because Brian knows everything, right?
Brian's outstanding.
I do want to see. I want to get into this whole episode, obviously, but if we do have it, we did film reaction video. So we came into the studio today. They had the camera set up to watch us.
I think 90% is me taking my T-shirt into my ear for wax. That's gonna look good. That's gonna be some great content.
I don't know what it looks like, but is that a possibility, guys?
Yeah, it's coming, babies.
It's coming. All right. Let's get into. We're obviously going to get back around to the John stuff. I don't know how much we can get into it right now. All right. Samuel tells him point blank. Boom. This is what it is.
That was great.
John.
Mic drop.
Well.
Bop. Samuel.
Total.
Bop bop.
Total mic drop. And then I think with John and Samuel, I just lost my train of thought completely. I don't know. What was I saying?
You were saying
John and Samuel
that Danny is a horrible leader. That I've won the argument, and that you are now anti-Danny going forward.
No, I think. Oh, this was a say.
In her Studio 54 jacket, she wore to fucking Winterfell.
I know. It was a little much. It was a little much.
She looked like she was going to do Blow with Grace Jones. Well, that's a reference for everybody. Anyone get it? Come on. Old man references. Bam, baby.
There he goes. I love it, James.
Well, someone has to. Believe me.
All right, but I think that it was a tie-in to what was going on with Sansa and Arya and the Stark children, because I feel like right now a lot of stuff is happening with the Stark children, and I think that what the theme of what the girls were saying was that, like, you're a Stark, and that comes first, always. And I think that John, the fear with John is that he will lose sight of that. And I think Sansa calling him out and being in love, whatever. Sansa's annoying. If she died tomorrow...
But she's not a dummy.
She's not a dummy.
She's learned from the best. She studied someone that she despised and has picked up traits from her. And they could be bad.
Yeah.
I'm honestly talking about Cersei.
Yeah.
So who knows? She could end up being just as nutter butter as her. But she knows how to play the game now. You know, she did some outstanding moves in season 6 and 7 to help solidify where they're at now.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
Once again, what is the end game? Is the end game the crown? Is the end game Starks first, or people being able to eat and be with their family for generations to come because they didn't get their eyeballs eaten by blue eyes? Yeah,
but I don't think that either what Sansa's pushing or what Jon's pushing, either of those are surefire ways that's going to happen anyway. I mean, that's the thing. Like, what Jon is trying to say is that the bottom line is we will not survive if we don't do this. Yeah. And what Sansa's saying is like, well, we're Starks, and the people of the North expect you to be the king of the North, which is fair.
The politics of it, I get.
It's fair what she says, but at the same time, like, it's not that simple, Sansa. You know, it's not that simple. So I think, but look, she got Arya on her side. Arya said that, you know, she's the brightest person or whatever she says that I know. She's very team Sansa right now. Maybe.
Because of the way they played Littlefinger.
Sure.
Yeah, that was excellent. And Sansa knows that Arya is a psychopath killer and lets her be that now. It took her a few episodes.
Well.
So if you let Arya be Arya, Arya's down with you.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta let an Arya be an Arya.
Well, there's a lot of great Arya moments in this episode, and I guess we can go through them now. Yeah. I don't want to get too out of, because I'm going to get confused, out of order. All right, Jon and Arya reunite. Let's just go right to that.
There it is.
Jon and Arya reunite.
What a hug.
Probably the most exciting reunion for me, besides maybe like, you know, Ghost and Jon Snow.
I knew Ghost was coming, baby.
Well, where's Ghost? There's only 5 episodes left now.
They're saving Ghost so it really counts. When Ghost shows up, people gonna be just tearing up. People gonna be cheersing. It's gonna look like France after World War II ended. People gonna be fucking in the streets.
Well, and yet now I'm OD'd on dragons. So there you go. That's what the price you
what
pay
a hideous creatures.
To not see the fucking direwolves. It's very frustrating. But outside of that reunion, which will happen, I guess, at some point, maybe at the Battle of Winterfell, which we believe, spoiler alert, potentially is episode 3.
It is episode 3.
It is episode 3. So I want to know what the next episode is going to be called too. I'm going to want to do that when we do like promos and stuff.
Did this one actually have a number title? When we watched it, it said Game of Thrones 68. Was that the name of the episode?
I think it was Winter is Here.
I mean, that sounds logical, but the whole time it said 68.
Isn't the irony that Winter is Here, we saw no nuns, White Walkers?
With that kid at the end.
Besides the kid at the end.
Which was bugged out.
Well,
oh my God. How do we have a reaction shot of me jumping 16 feet in the couch? like a 6-year-old? Like a sassy?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with reaction
Oh
shots.
my God. It was terrifying.
Well, do you want to get into that now, or you want to go to the John? Let's do the
Wherever
John
you wanna
Arya.
steer this
I
ship,
want to
my
talk
dear.
about that. I definitely do, but I feel
my
like that's a lot of setup for the next episode. So let's give that a second. But the John Arya reunion. Reunion, that's the word. Is exciting. They talk about swords. It sounds like John and Arya. She's such a badass. Like, how cool to see her hold John's sword, to show her needle.
Yeah.
Show him needle. What'd you think?
No, I thought that was great because that's how they ended it, is him giving her that. And hey, you got to learn how to use it. Use the pointy end, right?
Yep.
And the irony now is she's used that pointy end more than he probably has.
It's crazy.
He's using another pointy end before anyone else tags that joke. Am I right, everybody? Alone next to the water fountains.
They're showing the clip now. Look at how beautiful the two of them together. That is definitely the greatest. Honestly, if they're the only two Starks that survive, totally fine with it. I've always been totally fine with just the two of them surviving. So that would be fine by me. So, all right, let's go to the opening of the show.
Hit it.
Open of the show, like you said, Danny comes in with this fucking extravagant coat.
So ridiculous, this jacket.
And she's wearing the white coat. John's in the all black. They're, again, I tire already of the love story. Enough.
It's
like I needed 2 episodes of it.
Well, they were glowing on the horses together.
Yeah. Why?
One more thing on the coat. It looked like the type of coat that you wear and you just make sure to tell everyone how much it costs every 5 seconds.
Can we see the coat?
Yeah, please. Can we get the coat?
Can we get the coat up?
Hello, my Grace. We're happy to bend the knee. You know this was $1,500? Okay, cool.
Oh, my God. Let's see
What are we going to do about the White Walkers? You know this is $1,500? Like, just enough.
I know, really. Oh, there she is.
She went to Westeros Bloomingdale's. So ridiculous. Look at that. That's like the coat your like mom gets like behind Pops' like back right around Christmas and wears it on like December 20th. And he's like, how the fuck are we going to get gifts for the children now, Jan? It's so ridiculous.
I don't know. It's a bit much. But they stroll in, and then that's when it should have been clear to us moment 1 of the episode that this is Reunion Center.
Yeah.
It was just John sees Arya, the Hound rolls in, Gendry rolls in,
scene.
Tyrion's back, Varys is back, freaking Jorah Mormont is back. They're all back, and they're all in Winterfell, and it's pretty crazy to just absorb the fact that they're all in Winterfell right now.
I like the male Yenta circle of Jorah, Davos, and Varys. 3 of my favorites, probably 3 of my top 5, and them just hanging out, just the old dudes, just like, hey, we got wisdom. You don't want to hear it, but we're gonna do our thing.
I know,
love it. I love Onion Knight and Varys together. I want a buddy cop show of that so bad.
I know. Is that the first time? I mean, how much have we seen those two together at all? Like, is that it?
The big zilch.
Was that the first time ever?
It's pretty great.
Wow. I loved all of it. I mean, it seems like there's a little age discrimination going on in the Danny queendom.
You turned to me on that. It was hilarious.
It's just because they were very upset about it. And honestly, like, listening to that conversation, you got to think, like, is Danny listening to the people around her? And we've seen her do it.
Oh.
And we've seen her not do it. But we've seen that with every leader or ruler. Let's go back to your boy, Robb Stark, that idiot.
Well, no, he screwed up. He's dead. He's dead for a reason.
I know, but, he was a good leader, technically. But
he was.
Garbage.
But what got in
garbage
his way?
leader. Oh, a woman.
A sweet little woman named Teresa.
Oh, so
that foreign whore, as people like to call. Yo, when they say whore in this show, they lean in. Yeah, whore. Oh, another thing is, I noticed, dude, what a drinking game it would be every time John says North. The way he says North is not how human beings. I know he's from, what is he, Irish?
No.
The actor?
No, he's British, I think.
Is he British? What do we got?
I don't know.
Big B. Here's my thing. Did they I'd like to, the next time I rewatch, I'm going to take notes to see if the regions have the same, if they like cast all Scottish people to be.
No, he's English.
He's English.
He's English, yes.
Yeah, to see like, okay, we want King's Landing to have this accent, so they're all going to be Welsh, the actors. Do they do that?
I don't know.
I feel like they do.
I don't think so.
Because it's interesting.
Tyrion for sure is not.
Well, yeah, he's from a little place you might have heard of called
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey is where he's from. But I don't know, what were we talking about here with the accents? Oh, did you see, by the way, Kit Harington on SNL? Did you see any of the clips?
Was he wonderful?
I did. Yeah, he was really good, but man, he shaved the beard. and he looks like a totally different person, and it's just not good.
He's ready to move on to his next role.
It's not good. I don't know. There's something weird about his face. He's really short, and I'm not really against guys that are shorter, but he is really. It's like weird to see how small he is. He's got a little body too.
I never would have thought he's small. Can I ask you this?
He looks good there, but not in any of the sketches.
Oh, he's crushing that suit. If I looked like that kid, if I woke up tomorrow and looked like that kid, I would just group text every single female. Be like, what are you doing today? Yo, you got a lot of balls. Wait till you see how I look today.
But look at his face. Like if you look at it close up, it just looks weird. I don't know. I guess I should just think that he should have kept the beard forever. But his wife was on the episode.
Oh.
Egret. Yep, a bunch of them. Danny was on it.
They get them all in.
Yeah. All right. John and Bran reunite.
Great.
Very cool.
But someone is dead inside. Just a cold fish.
Let's
look at you. You're a man. Kind of.
So now, but not really at all.
Here's a bump pick. Why wouldn't you ask more questions at that point if you're John? When your brother you haven't seen forever, who's just weirdo.
Yeah.
In a Professor X chair, and you're like, hey, you're a man. Like, that's like a nice thing to say. And it's like, kinda. Awkwardness and move. Yo, what do you mean?
That.
How about that's a follow-up question? I know he didn't go to journalism school and I did, but you need to ask that question of like, yo, what do you mean? What's up? Why are you bugging out?
He didn't even do the little chuckle either, Bran. Like, that would have been a little bit more human. But he didn't do like a little chuckle like, I'm almost human.
No,
almost.
Kinda.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's think about
Yuck.
Bran. So Bran now,
he's hard to handle.
Look,
He's a little hard to handle.
he's supposed to be. He's got a very important job. Okay, he's stressed out, Bran.
He's the king. You must tell me.
Well, what's gonna happen with Bran now? All right. So Jamie's gonna. All right. So we see in the preview, Jamie's going to arrive. Or no, we didn't see the preview. We see it at the end of the episode that Jamie's gonna arrive. Okay, let's see. This is the reunion.
Oh,
John and Bran.
Big sloppy kiss on the forehead. That's a good older brother move.
Yeah. He immediately knows something's weird about Bran after he says whatever he says. Almost.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh.
And then you just move on.
And
Keep it
Sansa's
moving.
like, oh, God. He doesn't know yet. John doesn't know. And then Danny's just standing there with Jorah all healed.
Jorah's just eyeball fucking her the whole time.
Oh, man. So I don't know.
Smelling John on her and getting all cucked. Just all cucked out. Sir Cuck of Hold. That should be his new name. Poor guy.
He's been through a lot. Jorah, if we go by who's been through stuff,
Grayscale versus death?
Maybe Jorah should be the king.
Death. You're seeing sword. And the little boy who you saved, who's your steward. For the watch. Like asshole.
Oh, what a little dick. Ollie.
Oh, that little in your face.
I never liked that Ollie.
If I was his real life parents, I'd throw him out of the house for that acting job.
Yeah, you always knew he was going to do something.
I'd never give him supper.
All right. All right, Danny and Sansa meet, and immediately, now this is what, okay, let's talk about
Please
this for a
tell
second.
me. Put it all out.
Are we really going to waste some time on this shit? Unless Danny and Sansa's like kind of distrust of each other, dislike of each other, isn't immediately about John either fucking over Danny or being with his family. Like, I don't think there's a way. I don't think everyone's gonna align and just agree with this. And now John knows he's the true heir, and Sansa,
a Targaryen. Sansa ain't gonna be rolling with no Targaryen.
But
yeah, that's a little caveat.
But I mean, Jon Snow doesn't have more of a say to run the house or the North as it is now. So what does it matter if he's a Targaryen? To be honest. And he is still a Stark. I'm just saying, like him being the king of the North, Sansa has a stronger claim to Winterfell.
Yeah, I mean, she's an actual Stark.
Yeah.
Her last name is Stark,
really,
but she's a female in this chauvinistic world.
Yeah.
That already has two queens fighting.
Well, and Arya's better. I mean, Arya's not a leader. I don't know if she can be.
If Arya was a leader,
or the Lady of Winterfell,
they'd win 2 battles. Everyone would be going great, and then they'd all get wiped out the next day.
Oh.
She'd forget to like have people like grab radishes so they could eat. Like it was just simple shit like we should put the drawbridge up. Like simple stuff like that. It's like, what's our plans for today? People are hungry. How do we feed the people? We need to kill motherfuckers. That's great. Well,
no,
my lady.
Sansa's right though. I mean, the way that she goes about doing certain things and like the little headbutting of Danny and Sansa's a little annoying, I guess. I don't know why all this stuff annoys me. It's
Two
just
cold-hearted
so much of
bitches
the
going at
human-
it. It's a bitch off. It's a cold-hearted bitch off.
That's fine.
That's what it is.
And Sansa's not wrong to say about, the supplies and all that shit because winter is here.
It's logical.
But at the same time, like, the wall, Bran tells Jon in this scene that the wall has fallen. The wall has fallen. It is on. They're in Winterfell because they're going to try to protect it from Winterfell.
That came out of nowhere, too.
What?
He was just, people were like chilling. It's like, yes, the wall is open and they're coming. It's like, whoa, we're going to fluff it, or you should have just led with that. Why did you even give 30 seconds of hellos? Why are we wasting any hellos then?
Why the almost?
Yeah, almost. and then he's a fish flopping outside of water, and then all of a sudden, it's like, stop.
I know.
Yep.
I know, but that's that's the cross that he bears is the three-eyed raven. Like, I don't know what you want. All right, can we play the scene quickly of Lyanna Mormont calling out Jon Snow? We'll give you guys a second to find that. But so now Jon has to explain to the North that he is not the king of the North. Really, he doesn't say that explicitly, but he says that she is the queen.
He was kind of beating around.
He is kind of beating around the bush. But let's see this. I want to see what Lyanna says because she's the one who gives no fucks.
You'll have as many as we can spare.
No fucks at all.
Hurry back to Last Hearth and bring your people here.
Yeah.
All these children
Send
running.
ravens to the Night's Watch as well. There's no sense in manning the castles anymore. We make our
We
stand
need.
here.
At once, Your Grace.
Your Grace. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
She's so angry.
Oh yeah, she's so badass.
But you're not, are you? You left Winterfell a king and came back I'm not sure what you are now.
I mean, he'd still be a lord. Yeah.
A lord?
Oh, no, he never was.
Nothing at all?
Good call.
It's not important.
Not important? We named you king in the north.
She's just.
Yo, that girl, in the year and a half it's been off, has just been waiting. She's been taking stupid tests in school.
My lady. It was the honor of my life. I'll always be grateful for your faith. When I left Winterfell, I told you we need allies or we will die.
All right, that's enough.
I have brought
We're
those
good?
allies
We're gonna
home
keep watching.
With it,
to
man.
fight alongside us.
But all in all, Lyanna Mormont doesn't give a shit, and she's that's the thing. Like, people want to have something to put their hope into again, their trust into, and it's like never-ending stream of like having to accept these new things. They had to accept the wildlings, now they have to accept Dothraki and Unsullied, and this whole world that they don't know. They need to because this is what needs to be done. But at the same time, like, who's to say?
And that's what's interesting
To
about
these
people's
people.
theory of the wheel breaking and maybe a new society starts. Is that this is where it begins. These tough times. Everyone hates each other. Basically, racism, nationalism, whatever you want to do, xenophobia, whatever it would be in this place. And now having to come together for a greater good. And basically what's left is going to be the new society. So it's not going to matter that who's North and who's not, and who's a Targaryen and what a Wilding, and the new society begins. That's fascinating to me. This potential outcome.
Well, yeah, but I mean, as much as that needs to happen, you still have to get the buy-in, and I think that hopefully the big conflict will come between Sansa and Jon in a lot of ways. Well, I mean, I don't know. Now Jon knows about that he's a Targaryen. Will any of this matter? Will he deal with this next episode? And will he kind of be addressing this? Will he talk to his sisters about it? Is Bran going to say something to Arya or Sansa? I don't know what's going on with that family. But something's going to happen where it seems like it's an inevitability that the Starks need to kind of go after Dany eventually. I kind of feel like that is, for some reason, like that is just in the air right now. It just has been a Song of Ice and Fire. I just feel it makes sense. And you could say ice is the North, and you could say it's the White Walkers. I'm not fully... If Bran was the Night King, right?
Okay.
And we don't know.
I just don't believe that.
But if there's any connection to the White Walkers, and if you think about it, I mean, Bran could warg into the Ice Dragon. right?
There's been speculation.
Very much speculation. And why would he do that? Yes, it's to destroy them, or is there something that we don't really realize about the White Walkers and why they're doing what they're doing? And is it connected to the Starks in any such way? Because it feels that way.
Well, do you know who closed as the what? You get bit? You got bit by a White Walker?
I smashed my finger
eyes are gonna
against
turn
this
blue.
with the chair.
You okay? Yeah. You know who closed in Vegas as the odds-on favorite for the Iron Throne?
Who?
Bran.
I put him in one of these pools I did.
Yeah, he's the favorite.
The favorite.
That's such a weird thing
Is
that's
so weird.
someone who got fired at HBO angrily because he showed up drunk and did something wrong and knew that information and so went and made he took his settlement or whatever he got his severance and just put it all on at Caesar's Palace and changed everything.
Well, I mean, and how does that happen?
He could be the Night King. I don't know. Brian, what do you got, baby? I saw the wheels turning.
No, I'm good. I'm just.
You don't have a theory on that?
Alex, what's going on over there?
I did want to let you know that according to Wikipedia, this first episode was called Winterfell.
Winterfell.
Not 68. I think 68
And
rolls off
not
the tongue
Winter
a little
is
better.
Here. That's a stupid name for the episode, Winterfell.
Well, it's 98% of the set.
It seems underwhelming.
I hope they just do basic ass ones every week. Dragonstone.
I don't.
Citadel.
So you're gonna have an episode Winterfell and one called The Battle at Winterfell?
They'll probably call it something else. It'll be the Battle of Winterfell. They'll call it like Heartsbane Cries Home.
All right. So anyway, let's keep going. Sansa and Tyrion reunite. That's it. Are they technically still married? Yeah, they're still married.
I don't know the rules. No, she got married in between. Yeah.
What?
Hasn't she been remarried?
Yeah.
Who did she remarry?
Our boy Ramsay.
Oh, Ramsay. But technically, they were still married, Tyrion and Sansa.
But if you
when
don't
that even
consummate,
I vaguely
it don't
remember
mean nothing.
their marriage being annulled.
Yeah. Because you have to bang it.
They annul marriages in Westeros.
Well, no, if you don't consummate.
I know. I'm just thinking it's funny that this is something that's on their minds.
I love that that's a thing. Sure, you guys are together, right? You guys fucked, right? Yeah. Okay, you're still married. Did you fuck that night? Yeah, okay.
Times
How
have
does
really
that matter?
changed with that. I know. Now it doesn't matter at all.
No one has sex on the wedding night.
No one. No. Most
No
people
one.
just get drunk and pass out.
People, no, dude,
They're
I've
exhausted.
had buddies who not only got whiskey dick at weddings, they got like pastry and cake dick. Like they just had such an illustrious wedding where it's like this the finest chocolate frosting on a cake, and it's just like I'm done. Cake dick. I hope that
dick.
catches on. Can we?
You know what's funny?
Yo, is Vine still around? Can we get some Vines of me saying cake dick? Let's get it out there, man.
You're saying that, and it's funny. I'm so hungry.
I'm hurting
would
today.
love some cake.
I need food.
I hear cake dick, then I'm thinking about the cake.
I need to eat pistachios.
Really?
That's what I
That's
eat.
what cake dick makes you think of?
Well, no, because I gotta be thin, man.
Yeah.
I'm preparing for the White Walkers to come down, and I'm ready to fight them.
I don't know. It's too cold. You got to be thicker in the cold.
Yeah, but then you get slowed down.
So then the Starks arrive, and just Tyrion's too damn good looking. We've talked about this before.
I think you talked about that before to yourself in a mirror.
He's too damn good looking.
Well, it's fine.
No, it's not.
He's the lead actor on a television
Doesn't
show.
matter. It doesn't
He's a
matter.
handsome young man, and I think
The Hound isn't handsome.
No, but look, Tyrion is the lead. We think he could be the guy running things at the end. He's also, goddamn, he's a little person. I think this is good for little people. Let him be handsome. What if his agent was negotiating because he's like the best little person actor, and it's like, look, he loves the character. Peter loves it. He's not going to have all these deformities. He wants people to know that little people have handsome genes too. No, but in the book, he's kind of like that, and blah, blah, blah. Nah, dog, he needs to be handsome. He's the pride of the great state of New Jersey.
I understand why, but at the same time, I do feel like, the Battle of the Blackwater destroyed him.
Yeah, but he's got that.
He was already grotesque, and then he was so grotesque. His nose was cut
Well,
off.
Jorah's supposed to be
Come
ugly
on.
too.
Jorah?
Look at this.
Yeah.
He's a handsome old
I know,
man.
they're all fucking handsome and
Because it's
attractive.
television.
See, if it was not a U.S. show, like a show that's like a United States made thing, and it actually was made where they film, they'd be uglier.
What
Like
do you
European, like British cinema and British TV shows, they're not as beautiful in those shows. A lot of weird, normal looking people.
This whole cast is British.
I know, but it's made by Americans, so they found good-looking British
think it's
people.
great.
No, I'm just saying.
This show-
if the BBC created Game of Thrones, there'd be way more
And it wouldn't be as
mediocre-looking
big.
people.
It wouldn't be as
It
big.
wouldn't be as big, but Black Mirror is big.
Yeah, Black Mirror, but it's a different thing. It's
Black-
an event.
Black Mirror was not a
It's not as big as Game of Thrones.
Doesn't matter.
Game of Thrones
Why
is so
does that
huge
matter?
because part of it is tits and dragons.
But
as we
an
discussed
American
before.
wrote it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's my point.
Real quick, because
Just-
if you don't mind me saying this real quick.
Yeah.
Yo, Braun in that scene with the three whores, if we're gonna stay with that.
Yes.
When he says that he shot a dragon, he's the only person to shoot a dragon, and the
Yep.
girl pauses and goes, "That's brave," and then jumps on him. Hilarious. Just magical.
You get a kick out of everything that Braun does or things that happen around
It's
Braun.
so scoundrelous.
You
it's
love
so
him.
ridiculous.
I mean, he's awesome.
She's
When
like,
does he
"That's
die?
brave. I will now jump on your penis that you're paying me for." I wasn't going to. I was going to take your money and run, but now I know you're a brave John, so I'll fuck you. I love it.
Well, that ends because Qyburn is weird and is negotiating. I'm going to just jump ahead to
Oh
this
my
real quick.
goodness.
Now that you brought it up, might as well get to it because we don't have tons of time left. Negotiating with Braun to basically take out Jaime and Tyrion. Braun seems open to it. I don't see him killing Jaime
I don't
or
see it.
Tyrion. He loves both those motherfuckers.
Yeah. What if he kills Cersei? Could he be the Valancourt?
No. I mean, would you be satisfied with Braun killing Cersei?
Oh, I think, yeah, that'd be fun. Well, yes, in a lot of levels, because it'd be the first time those two would share a scene together because they had a bad breakup like a decade ago in real life, and they can't be in
Are
scenes
you
together.
kidding?
Yes, they cannot
that's real.
be in
I
scenes
didn't realize
together.
that. I love it.
I'd love to see the casting. Hey, we found a great guy to play this character.
Dude
Oh,
who
what's his
played
name?
Braun was like a pop star. He was like a singer in England or
Yeah,
in
he's a
Wales
vegan.
or whatever.
Do you know that?
What?
He's totally the opposite of what his character is.
Fun
Yeah,
facts
yeah.
about Braun.
This guy, if you go out to Morton's, is going to order a beet salad. That's what he's going to do.
What's his name?
Bobby Beet Salad. That's his real name, man. No one knows it. He's mysterious.
Well,
He's a
okay.
pop singer. That's an English pop singer name.
Well, what is his name? Nobody knows. Braun.
Jeremy Flynn?
That is his name.
Jeremy Flynn.
That's a pretty basic name.
Jerome Flynn. I feel like I've heard of a Jeremy Flynn for some reason.
Because you probably think of Jeremy Lin.
Right?
Insanity. Who for 10 games was dropping 35s like no one's business at the
Maybe
Garden.
you're right. Maybe you're right. All right, back to what we're talking about. The dragons don't like the North. Danny says to John, which to me is foreshadowing some shit going wrong with the two of them. I'm telling you.
Ooh, they might get
something
emphysema?
is going. No, what's going to go wrong between John and Danny?
Oh, okay.
There's some. The
the
dragons
dragons are
don't
gonna
like
get
it.
cold, man.
Dragons shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
The North isn't suited for the dragons.
I love that they're eating more because they don't like the North. Maybe it's because they're like everyone else. When it's cold, you just need a box of cookies.
Oh.
And so they just eat 7
It
goats.
was the other way. They weren't eating enough.
What, before?
And what?
Oh, they
No.
weren't enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was too much.
No. It was the other way. She was
No.
concerned because they weren't eating.
Well-
to bring up what Josephine Mazo, my great grandma, would say, maybe they're in love. Maybe those dragons are in love, man. Maybe they aren't
incest
eating.
is a thing. If
Yeah,
they're
man.
Targaryens. It could.
And they don't have sex, right? Dragons don't have sex. They don't have a. They don't have a gender.
I don't know.
I don't know how you then
Yeah, they
create
have.
more.
I don't know. They.
Are they
they're
like
not-
snakes, or was that just fabricated in The Sopranos?
You're asking the wrong person.
Do snakes have both gender? I'm asking the box.
Do snakes have both gender? No.
Snakes are definitely gendered animals for sure.
Because do you remember that scene in The Sopranos? It's HBO. We can reference it.
Can I get a link, a source of this information?
No, Paulie Walnut said that the reason why you don't want to get called
Is this the source?
yeah, because you don't want to be called a snake is because snakes have both gender and they fuck themselves. And he's like, hey, T, you don't want to be no animal that can fuck itself.
Sounds like some super Italian shit to me that does
Well,
not
then it
exist.
probably is
Sounds
accurate.
like some Bay Ridge shit, man.
No, it sounds
Third
accurate
Avenue.
to me.
Oh, what do we got here?
Male. I can't see that far. I gotta put my
You gotta make it
glasses on.
bigger.
Hold on. Male.
Oh,
Oh,
here
here
we
we go. Here we go. Males. I'm getting so old to put my glasses
Sex
on.
organs. They're located just below the click. I mean, these
Thinner
are
and
words that are
shorter
difficult.
tail. I don't know. Can they just say yes or no? Do I need to read all this text?
So maybe
You did ask for a
dragons.
source.
Is
Maybe
it-
dragons are like that. They just fuck themselves, those little creeps. Another reason not to like them.
I don't know. All right. Well, the dragons took up all the budget for the season, so now who knows? Yep.
It's going to look
They
like a
used the
one-act
dragons for-
play. The
You're
last
telling
5
me
episodes.
they need a dragon? They didn't need the dragon staring at John. All of that stuff. They could have had the direwolf in the story.
Do you think they'd been fun riding around in the snow on direwolves?
No.
I
feel
wanted
like they
this
don't need
moment.
to get away and be private. John is the king of the North, whether he says that he is anymore. Anyway, he can have privacy with the queen. All right, whatever.
I think they
Gendry-
really don't want people to know at all, which is interesting.
Which is so fucking obvious. They showed them a
Oh.
scene when the four men, Tyrion, Bronn, all those people together are like, we're just old men, and they don't want to hear what we have to say. They're just like sitting there like giggling and talking.
They should have been smoking a
if they,
cigarette.
in
It was
the
that obvious.
Yeah, like they're in the courtyard together at school. It's so weird.
They should have just been handing each other notes.
Yeah.
I like you.
And her face, is it just me or whenever, maybe I'm, as this episode goes on, I'm just like liking Danny less and less. I don't know, something that you're doing over there. Are you
Being a sensible
glamoring me?
human? Yeah.
Are you glamoring me? No, but when she smiles and she like seems like she's happy, it's weird.
It's weird that she's so happy in this episode and she smiled
a
like
lot.
a little kid on Christmas the whole time, but has got just ice cold veins about everything. And
I don't know why
her brain
you say that.
Her brain is simply bend the knee, bend the knee, bend the knee.
Because
Fuck
she
John.
just came. Oh my God.
This
This is the double standard is
There's no double standard.
outrageous.
John don't want to fuck.
Outrageous.
John
Everybody-
reluctantly has
everybody
sex
loves
because he wants to
Stannis.
lead people.
People loved Stannis
Who
at one
loves
point.
Stannis?
At one point, people loved Stannis.
Oh
and they
my
were
God.
rooting
Enough
for
with him.
Stannis.
He
And
needed-
Stannis
Another brooding
burned his
bastard.
own daughter alive.
No, Stannis stunk. Had to go.
Crazy. What did Danny do? What is so
Who
irrational?
are these mythical people who love
We need
Stannis?
to
Who's
talk about
Team
this.
Stannis?
We need to talk about this. What irrational thing that's so bad? Like, how many irrational things has Danny done that is so terrible and unqueen-like?
I will tell you. It's
Tell
the
me.
same thing with Stannis. It's my right. It's my right.
Oh
it's
my
my
God.
right. And he forgets to actually be a leader. Is that it all became that I am the leader and not I am the leader. What do I do better to lead my people? That's it.
I
She's
disagree.
kind of become
I
Stannis.
totally disagree.
And John is such
What
the
do you-
blue-eyed baby face.
They're all setting up for the freaking White Walkers and the Whites that have just stormed the wall. The wall has fallen. She's doing what she can to prepare for that. People don't like the fact that she had to come out of nowhere and convince all of these people that she is the queen of them. She can't just come in all soft, like hope that they're going to come around. Look at her experience overseas. Look at her experience when she was in Marine. All of the things that she tried to do that didn't fucking work, that only ended with heartache and terrible things happening. She's learned some things, and she has to get these people on board right now.
But then maybe she isn't the queen. Maybe
I don't know.
because remember
She's probably
early in
not
the
the queen.
series there was talk of people are parading in the streets waiting for you to return. No one really was.
Yeah, we knew that.
Maybe she shouldn't. So you got to understand. I mean, it's
They
great.
will now.
So now she's a ruler again.
Sure.
So she made all these great things where, look, man, drop your chains. You can vamonos, or you can stay with me, and I'll lead you to glory. I gave you freedom. You can have it, but I'll give you more freedom.
Yeah.
You stand with me. To now, everyone needs to bend the fucking knee because I'm entitled to take this. It's kinda like She took like 2 steps forward to take steps back.
Because she killed Randall Tarley and his stupid son. Who cares?
But-
they wouldn't listen, and they're high-born people. She can't have people like that with that much influence doing that shit. That's it. That's it.
Well, that would be
All
a
right.
fun T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yo, you can't be doing that shit.
No, you cannot.
Underneath, I am Daenerys.
All right, let's talk about Gendry for a second. Gendry is working with the Hound. He's making some weapons. Look, Arya Gendry. I can dig it. I'm digging it.
He can't even finish sentences with her. He speaks in riddles.
I need,
Hello,
Well, he likes
He's
her.
smitten, yeah.
He's like, oh, wow, you look good, he
Yeah,
says.
yeah.
I like that.
She still looks like a child, though, no?
Yeah, but she looks like a more, like,
But she's like 27
she
in
doesn't
real
look
life
like
now, right?
Arya anymore.
Yeah.
She looks like Arya, the little warrior that she is. And we also see her reunite with the Hound. Just mutual respect between the two of them. You're a cold little bitch. That means he likes you.
Boy, she
that's
loved
how
that.
the Hound.
Yeah.
That's how the Hound shows his affection. Let's see this for a second. I guess we'll listen to it. You're a cold little bitch. And then something, and then he walks away. I liked that. Is this one? I thought it was. I think when Arya was reunited with people, it was like the better like reunions of the episode because Arya's so damn great.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically the first main character we see of the episode, and I think that was fitting.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun watching her because you just know at some point she's going to go bananas this series. it's really interesting to see her kind of chill and just, hey, everybody, and here's a
Yeah.
hug and all this. And in an episode or two, she's going to whack out like 60 people.
It's funny because she's one of the characters that I don't really know where her story is gonna go. I don't really know what to expect. I don't know if she'll live. I don't know if she'll die. I'm leaning towards, oddly enough, I'm leaning towards her living, I think.
Yeah.
But she really is a wild card in that regard. Like I don't know, dying could be a great way for her story to end, and I think living's better because I just love Arya. But maybe she sits the Iron Throne. Maybe everything changes.
Do you think? All right, so if you're gonna make odds, and I was like, you have to pick one of these people,
Okay.
or you get evicted from where you live, so you have
Okay.
to pick it correctly.
That
Who
sounds-
lives, Arya or Sansa?
Arya.
You think there's a better chance of Sansa dying?
I think that's just me wanting. I don't know. I can't tell if it's just me
You don't want
wanting
to get
Sansa
feelings
to
in the
die.
way,
I know.
because you will be homeless. You'll be living in the mean streets of New Jersey.
I struggle to think of what Sansa's purpose is
Yeah.
long term. I guess she could just be the Lady of Winterfell. That's kind of anticlimactic for me.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah, I think we think less of her because I guess she's annoying and she's kind of become a portion of someone we all hated who tormented her. But her redemption is a very interesting story as well of everything she's gone through.
Sure.
Is crazy. Did you ever watch 90210 or no? Do you know the story how like Jenny Garth's character went through everything, raped, abducted, mom's drunk, she's a drunk, boyfriend's done. I mean, they just tortured that poor character. To me, Sansa's kind of like the Jenny Garth of Westeros' 90210. Is that she's been through it all, and now she's kind of this badass who's kind of not kind of she's running, and it seems like she's doing a good job of making Winterfell vibrant again.
She is Catelyn-esque.
Yeah, man, she handles her business.
She is a little Catelyn-esque. She's a little cold towards Jon at times. I feel the Catelyn vibes, and Catelyn was a great lady. A great lady.
Yeah, she's outstanding.
And I miss her, and she was great. A great partner to Ned. She wasn't even supposed to marry Ned, And yeah, I wish she was in the show. All right.
Man, I like a good Marissa. Puh.
Sansa's annoying. He basically
That's a great note.
He calls out Jon. She calls out Jon for making his decisions because he's in love. If Jon actually makes decisions because he's in love, again, it's more about that annoys me about the storyline.
Well, he would be a bad leader then.
because it's just stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just stupid. There's too much going on. Dany and Samwell, I think, did we already talk about this? She killed both his dad and his brother. He is not happy, and I don't know what Samwell's thinking right now. But I don't know if he trusts this lady.
Well, I think it's because, why didn't you just show him mercy? Why didn't you put him in a prison? Why'd you have to burn him?
She is still learning, Dany. She is still learning. That was her
She doesn't
first
act like it.
real soiree with the people of Westeros. She has ruled people with different customs.
And that's fair.
Thing.
But if you're trying to win the hearts and devotion of these people who you've barely spent moments sharing air with, you don't necessarily go at it like that. Mm-hmm. That's where it's interesting.
Well-
and that's going to be the blowback if people turn on her and there is a stark move to say, hey, Jon, yes, you should be the king over her. That's one of the things they're going to get pointed at. Oh, yeah? She wants to lead us? Well, why is she killing other lords? Why is she just burning people alive? She's not her dad? Well, what proof do we have of that? She's been burning people alive.
Yes.
Which is what Dickface did. That's what I call her Papa.
That is
She
fair.
called him Papa.
That is
She
fair.
didn't call him nothing because she was a baby. Because she
No,
was in Westeros 17 seconds.
Yeah. And then they just had a...
She popped out of the womb and they shot her straight out the Dragonstone and then got her on a boat to Essos.
Yeah. That's been the plan all along. And that's the thing. Varys is a big part of all of that, I struggle to find out I struggle with what his role in all this is going to be as well.
Well, he's gonna
there,
die.
but... All right, but even in death, someone has to have some sort of...
I'd like to
reason.
just see him in character playing dominoes with a bunch of old men and old ladies. What a great show that would be.
I love dominoes. Do you like dominoes? Not the pizza. I like the game.
Yo, on the road, once in a while, Domino's pizza? Woo!
Oh, no,
It's
no,
not
no.
pizza. It's something different.
It's not pizza, that's for sure.
It's its own thing. And when you're drunk and got denied by Cougars in Uniontown, New York, sometimes you got to go watch NBA playoffs with 2 other comics and eat some cheesy bread with some wings.
Ooh. See, I would do the cheesy bread before the pizza.
Gotta
I'm
do 'em
just so
all.
hungry right now. I think I want to go pick up a box of cereal.
A box of cereal.
Yeah, I don't allow it in my house, and I saw somebody.
You don't allow cereal in your house?
No, because I think I had a cereal. I think I've talked about this before.
You have not.
I think I
and
had.
We have a spin-off podcast.
I think I had a cereal addiction at one point.
Cereal Jones.
And milk is just so bad for you these days, man. Like what they do to our milk is just so fucked.
What about almond milk?
And it's not even worth it then at that point for me to eat that with cereal. So I just keep it out of my house. But I would love some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I saw some dude buying it at this little store by my house. But
It's
yeah,
a good cereal.
let's talk. Okay, we don't have a lot of time left, so there's not that much left to get to because honestly, in totality, there's not a lot to say about what happened today. Yeah, we could always say a lot about stuff, but it's reunions. It's set up. I mean, it's the first episode of 6. We have 5 more left. This is one of the last 2 episodes that are going to be under an hour. Everything after this will be over an hour long. So they really just kind of set the table and also gave us a massive reveal in the fact that John, now John, not a reveal, but a reveal to him that he's a Targaryen. But in King's Landing, let's just go there quickly. Oh, all right.
Ooh, what was that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Euron and
So
Cersei boning. Baby.
Boy, I didn't see that.
potential. It just feels,
I kind of like Euron. He's fun.
yeah.
He's just so psychotic and over the top that I'm like,
He does. I feel like he should be scarier and not as funny. Like he could be funny and scary, but he's kind of not. He's kind of just a caricature of what Euron should be with no eye patch,
Oh, yeah.
which is annoying.
If
too.
he had an eye patch, she would have fucked him quicker. Girls love eye patches.
Do they?
Oh, yeah. I wore one night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And did you wear it over your glasses?
No, man. I had contacts then. This is before Mott Street Optical screwed up my eyes. But don't sue me.
what?
But I would do that. I would wear an eye patch on my glasses. What a weird pirate that would be.
Try it.
Yeah.
Maybe on the finale night.
Oh, my
you can
God.
do that.
I'm going to do an episode with an eye patch.
When I was a
Okay.
kid, I had eye patches and glasses. An eye patch and glasses.
My
Did you put it
cousin
over-
did too.
Over or under?
Under.
Oh, dog.
What happened? How'd you fix it? You had to get surgery?
Hmm.
Oh, man.
Oh, it was real.
Yeah.
What was wrong with the eyeball?
All sorts. They were crazy. One of them went all the way to the left. It was crazy.
Oh, my God. And now it doesn't?
Yeah.
You're a miracle.
I
That's
know, man.
amazing.
That's
All
what
right.
I tell people every single day.
Bigger miracle. Who's gone through more? Brian with his eye, Jorah with the grayscale, or John being stabbed by several of his brothers,
John's a bit.
his union brothers.
Brian's like, these people have nothing on my life.
That's like my stepdad showing up for ironwork on a Monday morning, and it's like, for the union, and they just stab him with shards of steel. For the union.
All right, so let's talk about King's Landing. Cersei and Qyburn. She's happy that the dead broke through the wall because she's Cersei. I mean,
She's Cersei.
What else can she say? I mean, like really great news. They're gonna wipe out all my enemies. Okay, then what are you gonna do?
Then they
So I
wipe
don't
you
know
out, yeah.
what defense. I think Yara. Yara's still alive. We can get to that right now. The Golden Company has gotten here. They're here now, and we haven't seen our boy yet. Our boy.
What boy is that?
What's his name? The one that's hotter. The original was hotter.
Yeah, he ain't
What
ever
was his
coming
name?
back, man.
What was-
Dario, he's gone.
Dario Naharis.
done.
He just gone.
She left him behind him.
I know, but wasn't he with the Golden Company?
No, there's speculation that he could end up with
Oh,
them.
he could totally be with the Golden Company.
The swerve, bro.
Brian, who knows everything, doesn't think that's a connection.
I can't wait for the biggest reveal of this podcast is after episode 6 of the season when we do the finale. We find out that Brian
Knew nothing.
is like an executive producer. He's just going by an alias. This is his side hustle, as the kids would say.
He just gets. It's just amusing for him to
Yo,
just do that.
Producer for HBO ain't what it used to be, man. I just kind of like to hang out here again.
Oh man.
Don't judge me.
Baby, that's the anti-judging. You're doing your thing. That's the American dream,
You're
Bubba.
doing
Appreciate
great.
you, James.
Someone has to.
They mentioned that this guy, the Captain Strickland. I don't need a new.
His name's Harry Strickland, which is the most. There's been a few not Game of Thrones names in Game of Thrones, like
Yeah.
Kevin Lannister, but Harry Strickland just sounds like someone who spent years off Broadway and is now in like Les Mis, and there's articles written about him, his struggles.
Yeah, he's just a new character that they introduced to just kill pretty swiftly.
Good head of hair, though.
Not a good head of hair.
What a good head of hair.
Very nice head of hair. Cersei and Euron, right before they get it on, I mean, when she's like being sexy-ish, it's weird. I don't really like.
Because she looks like she eats children. And who wants to have sex with
I
someone?
pulled up a picture of him.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was his claim to the Golden Company. That's why.
Is that the propane tank?
Yep. I don't know what I'm saying. Theon saved Yara. Theon did what he had to do. She headbutts him.
That was
Just
a good
like,
headbutt.
brother, sister, love.
And then the next scene, her face was cleaner than a whistle.
Yeah. Well,
Very next scene, it was just wipe that horse shit off.
yeah, she needs to look better.
Bruises,
They need
gone.
to give her the Tyrion treatment.
Yeah.
Keep that face somewhat
Oh.
Hollywood ready.
Oh, why can't she be ugly?
I'm telling you that they do that. No one can be ugly, apparently.
No, it's a big time television show with
Yeah.
nakedness all the
Well,
time.
I don't think that's that important. But I did find that that she wants to go back to Pike and like prepare it for the needs of the Khaleesi, and I keep calling her the Khaleesi.
Yeah,
'cause
it's better that way.
I like that, and it's interesting. Theon wants to go to Winterfell. Cool, whatever. He'll die there, I'm sure. But Yara, I don't know. Will they make it over there? Because they're right. Where can the dead not go? They can't swim, right?
Apparently not. After that 90-minute episode where they just stared at them on that rock.
The show might end there somehow.
It would be. I would like it to be anticlimactic. I
Yeah.
really would like it
What's
if it's just them hanging out on Pike, eating crawdaddies while the dead stares back on Westeros.
Well,
That chapter got released. George R. R. Martin read it one time. I mean, I don't know
What?
if you're.
Wait a minute. What are you
spoiling it.
saying? There's a
But-
chapter.
Yeah. He's previewed chapters
Sure.
from the books that are coming out.
Where they
and-
go to Pike?
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy actually. I don't know if you want to hear about it.
I'm going to read it on the train home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. So the Greyjoys being a major player in the whole thing, and not Euron being part of that. I don't know where his place is.
He's a
here.
party boy, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he wants to impregnate the queen, but it's like, this is what you're thinking about right now? They really just don't get it. They are far away
Yeah.
if they don't do like the speed thing where Jamie's already at Winterfell,
Wearing his hoodie.
just
Wearing his Supreme hoodie.
just rolling
on the horse.
up. Jamie is there and he sees Bran, and that's who Bran was waiting for. He was all creepy, waiting for his friend.
And I think he's going to thank him. Because that horrible, dastardly move helped lead Bran to who he truly is. Now, him thanking it
I
is
don't
going to have
know.
no energy to it because
don't
he's
know.
a goddamn fish.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to take things personally. I think he's a three-eyed raven. He's not a vendetta against Jamie. Like, he's beyond that. He's not human, so he doesn't have human emotions like revenge.
Yeah.
I think he's about now something much larger.
That it led to him being this, which is leading everyone to helping themselves against the greater battle, which is great.
Will Brienne and Jamie
Domino.
bang?
Yeah, let's get it. Yeah.
Let's get it?
I'm going to say yes.
I kind of feel like somehow that'll happen, and then one of them will die.
Oh, I hope one of them gets eaten by a White Walker in the middle of it. That'll be fun.
I don't know.
I have weird thoughts on this show.
I
enjoy it.
That's why you're so amazing.
I can't believe I became
And
a
then-
Euron fan. He just seems like the type of guy, like in the real world, who like totally hated the Beastie Boys after License to Ill. It's like, man, they were so fucking good, keggers and shit, and now it's like, ugh,
What
conscious.
happened tonight, James? You just became a Euron fan?
Yeah, and it's weird because I saw the Beasties live and I got emotional with all the post Party Boy horse shit, and now it's like, yo, man, No Sleep to Brooklyn is a good song. Euron is reminding me that, man.
I don't know. I just think Euron could be so much better. He's just annoying. It's not his fault, really. I just think that the storyline is just kind of wasted or slowly moving. I mean, look, they hooked up, and that's cool.
He's like a Long Island guy from '86 who just has a truck and drives, and he just has girls jump in the back all the time. And his dream is, yeah, one day my dad's gonna retire, and I'm gonna run his concrete company. Like he's that dude. Until then, fuck yeah, carpe diem, man.
Well, if somehow they make him kind of outsmart Cersei, I don't like that.
Because he's dumb. He's
I
not
don't
smart.
like, no, yeah, like I need, if Cersei's not doing this for some reason just for herself and has no care in the world about this guy, which seems the case, but at the same time, I just don't trust her motives. She might want that baby in her too to have some value. And finally, the wall, or no, they weren't at the wall anymore. Where were they?
Eastwatch.
Tormund and Beric are
By the
still
bay.
alive, which really, what a bunch of bullshit that the wall comes down, we see them there, and now we just see them afterwards. That's because we had to see dragons 17 times in this episode. We couldn't afford to see any of the cool stuff. I mean, why? How did they get away? How did they get away?
Well, they just weren't at that part of the wall.
They were watching it all go down.
Yeah, they watched it go then. Their
And nothing
their
happened
portion
to them.
stayed up.
Oh,
No,
God.
he sent them to Eastwatch before they got attacked.
They watched it happen at the end of last season. They were
Yeah, but the
standing on
wall's
the wall.
big. Just a portion's gone. There's another portion that's still up.
So they're just safe for now. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Those guys need to pick up checks. They got families to pay.
They run into the Night's Watch. Gloria said, haven't seen him in a while. They all are together. And then this message, like you were saying, this message from, I guess, the
kooky
Night's
arms.
King.
Disgusting.
Would it kind of look like a spider, which
Yeah.
made me think of Varys for a second. And then what the symbol looks kind of like the Targaryen symbol
Oh, it does look like the Targaryen. You're right.
a bit. Thank you, Reddit, because I wouldn't have thought of that. So we don't really know.
So that's who they're targeting.
It's weird that the Night King would do something like this.
That's who they're targeting.
It just seems so human of him to do something like this.
It makes sense.
Kind of weird.
Because fire to burn them down. Because I don't know if you take any heed. I mean, we could have been. Some of these actors might be giving red herrings, but the
Yeah.
Night's King actor said that the Night's King is targeting one particular person.
But that's why, and if it is the Targaryens and if it is Dany, that's why I somehow feel like the Starks are on in that camp for some reason. We're gonna find out because of the brand connection, because of A Song of Ice and Fire, because of the air of Westeros really being Jon. There's a lot of things that could possibly lean that way, but the show will have to do a very good job of explaining how the hell that's possible, and the motives and the motivation of the Whites and the White Walkers all this time, because they've done a lot of terrible shit. So I don't know how you really justify that and then make us love the Starks still if there's some kind of weird connection there. Yeah, and then we see next week's promo, Jaime and Dany coming face to face. That's crazy. The King's Slayer. That's pretty crazy to think about that happening next week. Dany and Sansa are going to keep on this little bitch fest, like you said, back and forth.
Bitch Fest 2019.
I don't love it either, because it just seems like Dany's a queen. She should be so much not playing into that sort of thing. She needs to be bigger than that. And then they're just preparing for the war. The war that is coming, but not next episode. The war that is coming in the third episode of the season. Do we have a title for next week's episode?
Episode 69.
There's no episode title?
This episode was 69. The next episode is 70. Oh,
No, this one was
sorry.
68, man.
All right. Don't yell at me.
I don't know what... because...
If you guys don't play nice, you can't have pudding.
All right, so we don't know what the title is, but I think... I don't know. We didn't really see anybody die this episode, and there's only 5 left, and, now all the pieces are in place. We don't need reunions. Is there any other reunion that we're waiting for right now? Is there any other major reunion that we're looking forward to?
I think I would like, before they die, either one of them or both, I would like a Cersei Sansa. At least a few words between them, yes.
Okay, I like that. I
We
like
have a
that.
French leak for the title for next week is The Rightful Queen.
The Rightful
I love it.
Queen. All right.
But that same website gave us a different title for this week's episode than Wikipedia is now giving us, so we're not sure.
Yeah. All right. Speculation City over here. James, you're going to be out in LA next week doing the show. Is there anything you want to plug? Anything you want to talk about? No? Yes?
Nah, man. Just be cool, everybody.
We're going to miss you. It's going to be weird that you're not going to be in this room.
How
but we're
weird
going
is
to
it gonna
still
be?
it's going to be super weird.
I'm actually doing next week from Vegas, and the week
next
after
week's
from LA.
Vegas.
I don't know where I'm watching the episodes. I don't know what closet I'm going to be in, but it's exciting to me that I'm going to be on a computer
I feel like a
talking to you
hotel-
guys, screaming. I'll probably be at my aunt and uncle's. They'll be like, what is he talking about? Who the fuck is a Targaryen? He's supposed to be here for Easter, and we had to do a brunch instead of a dinner to watch this stupid dragon shit.
Look, we're all in the same boat there. I'm going to go eat a nice seafood dinner with my family
Oh, that's great.
on Easter, and then I'm going to come here, and you won't be here but we all will be. And so overall grade, you want to give a grade for this premiere episode?
The B, solid B, B plus, strong.
I'd give it a B
It's
too.
fun.
I mean, look, obviously a good big moment that happened, a lot of reunions, but honestly, it feels very much like a means to the end, like a step into the story actually happening.
If it was a chess game, the pawns all moved real quick.
Yep.
And then the middle of the board just froze.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of quick stuff. One big move with the John reveal. But there's basically a lot of quick dramatic moves. And then we're just really sizing it out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, look. This was fun.
Yes.
We're back. We're back every week. If you are listening on iTunes, this show is live. We'll probably, I'm sure next week too, be live at like 10:30 Eastern time after the episode airs. We need a little time to get our shit together. But you can listen for free on gasdigitaalnetwork.com right after the episode every Sunday. Or you can subscribe and watch it later using the promo code SNOW at gasdigitaalnetwork.com. Please do it. Support the show. It's our last season of the show in this form.
Yes.
And, who knows what's next. But if these shows do well now, maybe there's more in our future doing this sort of thing. There's a lot of other shit coming up. So thank you so much. James, I love you, my friend.
Oh,
and,
you're the best. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll catch you next time.